death. To death.
Alright. Good to see you again, man.
It's on the line.
Alright. So what you been doing?
Just throwing it down.
Yeah.
It's gonna be vicious.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be right there.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So where you gonna be at, man?
Venue in London.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's a big place. Good. We're going to Manchester,
Yeah.
Birmingham, Brighton. Some television.
Hot girls.
Oh yeah, you know that.
Right. Throwing down.
Orgy time.
Yeah.
Orgy time in London.
Yeah. Right.
Be ready for it, bro. Rock 'em hard.
What you gonna be doing, man? What's happening?
I'm gonna look for Lady Di first.
Right. Going to the palace first, go home.
Right?
Yeah. Check out the scene.
We're gonna throw down big sets of girls and rise, You Are My Love, tight jeans, all that stuff. All the hits, all the hits. Big.
Right. All the way from Roxbury, right?
Know that. What am I doing on this plane, man?
Hey.
What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing, sugar?
Fine.
Yeah, you want to see the show?
You're on Candy camera.
Yeah, alright.
That's Lorinda. She's alright.
Yeah, she's coming down the show.
Yeah, you know that.
Check you out?
She's coming next week. Yeah, man. She got the tape, checking it out.
Right.
Looking at the pictures, passing them out to the students. They're ready for it.
Alright.
Yeah.
You smile.
Alright. Yeah. Well, listen, man. I'll see you in a little while.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Funk on the one.
Right.
One.
Yeah, this is Tony Rose. Chris Charles is manager and co-producer of all these fantastic albums, Game War and Stone Killers. We're now here at Heathrow Airport in London, England, waiting for the fabulous Prince Charles and the City Beat Band. Prince Charles himself has just landed in England, and we're down here now waiting for him. Great day for Britain. Great day. Prince Charles himself will be arriving here any minute now. And here he comes now, ladies. Here he comes. Prince Charles is just arriving off the plane. Prince Charles, how you doing? Welcome to England, man.
How are you doing?
Yeah, get on the bus.
Is this the bus?
Yes, the bus right here, man.
boy over here, and this boy is here. Snoop is going to be good.
What would you like to see?
Oh, well, here's, you want Snoop? Well, thank you very much. That was nice of you.
Where are we at, Mars?
I don't think this elevator looks too kosher, does it?
Come on,
Wow.
Must do it.
Hey.
Martian elevators, they landed and shit. Wait a minute, I don't want to play.
So where's this first get?
Prince Charles.
Hey,
Hey, where you be at, man?
in Mars, man.
Yeah? I hear you.
London.
What we
Heathrow
doing
Airport.
here?
Come throw down.
We
Rock
gonna throw
and roll.
down?
Rock and roll. Sold
Yeah.
out, right? We sold out at the venue. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sold out.
All right.
So how's the flight, all right? Yeah. Good, yeah?
Hey, Keith. Where you from, man?
I'm from Virgin Records.
All right.
He's no virgin.
What's that?
Yeah, you have to carry them on your lap.
Hold on.
There you go. Just put that one on your lap.
Hey, man. This is a Rolls Royce, man.
Are you serious?
This is a Rolls Royce,
Hey,
man.
man. Everything's happening.
White Rolls, man.
They still trying to close that chart. Embarrassing the shit out of us.
Oh, no. Close that, my wife. Nah, shit. That's right.
Close?
Nah.
Us. Oh,
First time.
first time. What about you, Tony? You've been here before, yeah?
No, first
Oh.
time.
Right. We drive on the wrong side of the road.
All right.
And easy to get knocked down over here because you tend to look the other way.
Right?
You hip to the money, to the pounds,
Mm-hmm.
the P's. We've just got a new coin within the last few weeks.
Yeah, I heard about
A
it.
pound coin.
Yeah.
And I was on the continent and never knew they'd give them out. And when I went got it in my change, it's just a pound note.
People aren't too thrilled about it.
Nah.
They did that shit in America. We had a Susan B. Anthony dollar.
Uh-huh.
Nobody wanted that thing. It died. Horrible death.
See, I never realised until a couple of days ago that there's such a thing as a $2 bill.
Yeah, that died a horrible death too.
Did it?
Yeah.
I argued for days with this guy.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
It
as
was. It was. I don't
Never
know.
knew that, $2 bill?
Yeah, $2 bill, yeah.
Never knew it.
1, 2 is 4.
They took it out the market, I think. I don't think it's good currency anymore. But it was in existence about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
He's filming himself. You want me to do that?
Yeah, check me out.
What do I press?
We'll just do this back and forth, man. It's all set. Yeah, we over here in England, and
Oh, man.
Prince Charles has just now arrived in England.
Rolling already? Yeah, it's rolling. Tony Rose. And we're over here to throw down with Gang One and Stone Killers.
Damn.
Prince Charles and City B. Baron. Stone Killer motherfuckers. This is it. We're gonna burn it out, Charles.
You know that.
Yeah. We're gonna burn them, man. We're gonna burn them here.
Yeah.
All right.
Cameraman's on film now.
Right. Okay, man. Me and my camera, right?
See what's happening.
That's my camera stuff right there.
Oh yeah, cut your camera.
Right. What are we waiting for? Oh, there he is.
You go in, huh? Y'all bring that in?
Right.
What's his name, though?
Here it is right there.
Telling, Wally. It's not true.
Okay, anyway, let us know what's happening then, Malcolm, otherwise we get an adjudicated, okay?
Well, I'm through with them till about 4
Do you want
o'clock.
some
Oh yeah, that's okay.
tea? I mean,
Okay, so as long as we know
Okay,
what's
two and a
happening.
half
I'll see you back in the office.
Come
what,
back
with
there,
milk
Joe.
as well?
No.
No milk? Oh.
2.5.
Hardly any sugar in mine.
Gareth.
Hardly any. Really. Just one, maybe half one.
What's hardly any? Half?
Yeah.
Half?
Yeah, that'll be good. Thank you.
Molly, tell me what you're around. Okay? I'm trying to pick my make that clear with you this morning.
Nobody said
Fine.
Then you understood what was going on. That's fine, because I thought maybe I got it.
It's being ahead of the pack, intuitive, knowing where to take things.
Tell me about Boston. I mean, what sort of place were you brought up in?
Boston sucks. It's I grew up in, see, Boston's got a small black population. It's a very racist city, so that kind of makes the blacks there a little more paranoid, a little more hardcore, a little more less adventurous, I should say, more to
They're
themselves, packed in, and stepping on each other's toes, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's by being such an oppressive situation, it breeds creativity for those of us who know how to channel that type of energy.
Do many people know
Know what?
how to channel the energy?
No, not too many blacks. The city's beautiful if you're white, and that whole thing.
See, anything I know about it is watching Cheers on the telly. That's anything
Yeah,
about
see,
that.
I mean, that's cool. Then that's how it is. If you're white, you can go in any bar, man, and hang out, and really get social and meet people, singles bars, the whole thing. But if you're black, you walk into one of those bars, and it's like everyone looks at you and like, what are you doing walking in here? So it's a very defensive situation, and something you have to learn how to cope with. But fortunately, I realized that the world was bigger than Boston, so I didn't let it bother me. I always knew that I'd get out of there one day.
So when did you start getting called Prince Charles?
When I was
working with Maurice Starr. I don't know if you heard of Maurice Starr.
No.
Maurice Starr and Michael Johnson. They've got some big records out. There's this record called Candy Girl out now that Maurice Starr produced. And I was working in
New
his
edition?
band. Yeah. He produced it, and I was working in his band. And I became Prince Charles in his band. And we all got together and helped produce my first record. Tony Rose, myself, Maurice, and his brother Michael Johnson, whose group's called the Johnson Crew.
Yeah.
We all work together, different bosses.
Yeah. Was there any particular reason why you got called Prince?
It was just, the fact that just by being a leader, I had always been a leader all my life, and I just graduated from school, and the ceremony was like, it was like a coronation and shit. And, with my name Charles, and I was aware of what was happening over, that there was a prince in England. And see, this was, by the time I got called Prince Charles, it was before he got married. And I knew that eventually his name was just going to spread all over the world because he was eventually going to get married, he was eventually going to be the king. So I said, well, a little bit of identification, wouldn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I might get picked up in England. Maybe a long shot, maybe England will happen for me. And amazingly it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. I think the notoriety of the name is something that the British are into, but I think that they're looking past the notoriety of the name and dealing with what the music's all about and the artist is all about. Because I can't even imagine anyone. Well, I guess you could think it that it's just this guy named Prince Charles and he's cashing in on notoriety, but it's not even about that. It's about some serious music. Throw it out hard and heavy.
Yeah. Tell me, when you were at school, were you always considered the leader? What sort of things were you doing to make you sort of the number one?
Well, see, when I went to college, I didn't really participate in college. I just went there to do what I had to do. So I was not even part of that whole thing. My whole life really existed outside of school. I just went there, just read the book, and took the test, and if I passed, I passed.
Right.
But my whole life I was still running around in the streets and shit, and my boys, most of them couldn't get to where I was at, and they would come to me and ask me for advice, and a lot of them were going to jail, and coming to me for help, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And it was just a very natural thing, the natural progression that the one kid in the neighborhood who had it all together but could still relate, because there might have been one or two other kids who were achieving, but they couldn't relate. They couldn't relate to the rest of the kids who were having problems, the kids who were having trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of those kids, who had problems, who had troubles, but understood where I was going, what I was all about. So I never really let it get me down. I just said, well, one day I'll change and I'll move into something else.
Yeah.
And this is just a learning experience.
Tell me about what course did you do at college?
Pardon me?
What course did you do at college?
Oh, political science.
You got a degree in that?
Yeah.
Did you go on to an MA or anything after that?
No. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about doing that recently, before my record started hitting. I said, shit, I need something else. But things look like they're going pretty well right now.
Now, you were saying how you got into trouble back home. You learnt the hard way, only making a school of hard knocks. What sort of things were you doing?
Oh, well, just crazy shit, dumb shit. No big thing. I don't like to really discuss it. It's pretty vulgar shit.
How do you feel about it now, looking back on it?
It was, like I said, it was a learning experience. I would rather have done, and I'm glad that I've done everything that I've done, because it's made me less naive. And it's made me more aware of different situations that can arise in my career and in my life. And I'd rather have gone through it. I'd rather have the experience, rather than being an older man and being naive and getting taken to the cleaners one day by some young 20-year-old chick.
Tell me about your gang, the Black Saints. What was special about them?
So the Black Saints was just, it's like this project got put up, and I was one of the first kids to move in, okay, and I was about 8, 9 years old when I moved in. And so the older kids, the ones who were like 15, 16, eventually they got together and they started robbing and breaking and entering and, you know, stealing cars and shit, and they formed a union and a unit of people, and this unit became the Black Saints. And for that project, if you were gonna belong, you had to be a Black Saint.
Mhm.
You know, it was just part of the existence there.
You mean by
And
project,
so-
you mean a block of flats? You mean, you know, an estate?
Yeah, by
An estate,
projects
yeah.
like, you know, like maybe 8 stories tall, 9
Right.
stories tall, and, you know, like
Yeah.
everything's, it looks alike and it's stuck together.
Right, I'm with you.
So, you know, a lot of people wonder, well, how can I have gone and you know, got a degree and did what I did and have been in a gang? See, that's how it happens. It's like, you know, these were my people and I wanted to belong. I wanted to feel like I was there. So, even though I was going to school and doing this shit, when I came home, I put the books in the house and I was one of the saints, you know.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any sort of like, you know, jackets and stuff like that with saints on the back of it? You know?
To tell the truth, no. It was more a head thing. It was more that we understood who we were. It's like I was telling someone else. It's not like the gangs that you see in New York or like on the movies or stuff. This was something that it just was there. It came together. It was always there. And you know, the name got handed down to us. Like I said, we were like I was in the second generation.
Mhm.
And I became the leader of the gang eventually because the first leader of the gang went to jail and got found hung dead in a jail, just like the record said. And the other guys started getting older, and a lot of them started going to jail too, and leaving the country or leaving the city or whatever, you know, because they were on the run. And then the next generation came in, and a lot of the kids were having problems, and I was like the man who could like work it out.
Mhm.
Say, like, I was like, you know, the Godfather, where they have you heard of the movie The Godfather, where they have the consigliere or whatever he was. I was like the consigliere and the Godfather put together. They come to me and ask me, well, what's happening?
What are the sort of problems you have to deal with?
Well, like, you know, like some of the guys' fathers were alcoholics and shit. And it was hard to deal with because they wanted to succeed and wanted to get ahead, but they're like, but my home life is fucked up, man. I can't even get my shit on straight. You know, if I got to come home and be dealing with this madman throwing lamps at me and shit. And it's just about, you know, relating to the guys and rapping to them and saying, yeah, man, you know, it's a positive thing. You gotta take the negative energy and channel it. And then, you know, just dealing with, eventually I started, you know, by being a leader of an organization like this, you become the man that all the goods come through and all the money comes through and exchanges. And I mean, I was in the middle of deals and didn't put up a dime and was coming away with a big chunk of whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And so like, cats get busted, I help them, you know, get bailed out and shit. Like I was, you know, like at the central force of the flow of money through the gang, the flow of goods, etc.
Yeah. Was there a lot of goods coming through?
Yeah, yeah.
What sort of things? I mean, videos,
Oh, gold,
TVs?
videos, TVs, amplifiers, synthesizers, cars, money, drugs, you know, girls,
Mhm.
all kind of wild shit. All kind of wild stuff. And
Did any of it ever shock you at all? Or was it just something you accepted because you were, you know, in that environment, you know, from an early age?
I guess a few things did shock me initially, and then I very quickly said, well, what do you expect? Yeah. Hey. Like, I can't really give any examples of anything that really shocked me, but I guess I probably was by maybe a few of the things that might have happened.
Mhm.
But once it's done, it's not shocking anymore.
Yeah. How long did this period last when you were the leader of the Black Saints?
I'd say about 3 years.
Mhm.
I was a leader for about 3 years.
When, as a member of the gang, was there any sort of initiation ceremonies or anything like that you had to do, or was it?
Like I say, it was a project, and the initiation ceremony was a grooming type of thing. It's like when you were like 9 or 10 years old, you get taken under the wing of somebody who's like 16, 17, and you get punched in the chest, you get kicked around, you get knocked around, you know, the older you get, and before long, everyone looks around, and you're just there. You know, you've been getting your ass kicked from day one.
Mhm.
So that's the initiation, you know. And anyone new, it's like, say like if someone moved into the project, it's like, deal with us on our level, or we're gonna hurt you.
Right.
One time we had to stop, you know, the muscle man in the organization from kicking somebody's ass. We thought he was gonna kill the guy, you know. He was just beating him for no reason, you know. I think he was kissing some girl and the guy looked over the fence. And he came running out from behind the fence and just started slugging him, and we were like, yo man, what are you doing? Jeff, man, yo, hold up. And he was fucking killing the guy. We're like, yo man, come on, just cause he's new, you know, come on, slack up, you know, you don't have to be killing nobody.
Yeah.
You know, it was strange, some pretty psychotic people.
Did the violence carry on beyond the gang, or was it just an internal thing?
A couple of times ago, we lived in a Chinese neighborhood, well, a mixed neighborhood, but there was a lot of Chinese people.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're the kind of, the concept of the whole thing is yours, or?
I make money.
Yeah.
I have money to spend. I spend it on things I feel like spending it on.
Where'd you get the money? Or is that not an allowed question?
No, I pimp. I got money from women.
Uh-huh.
Made a lot of money from it.
So how did you get started with him?
He came into my office. I booked bands and I was into music. After I got out of college in LA, I started my own business over there. Produced some Barry White shows, made some money on that. Man, and Shirley Hemphill was in What's Happening, made some money on that.
Was that?
Shirley Hemphill from the show What's Happening over in the States, biggest show that was on about 77.
Yeah.
And he was in a band, Maurice Starr.
Maurice Starr.
Right, Maurice Starr's band. And he was the kid. And he had a good body. He was very sexy, ultra sexy, highly sexual. And he could play. And
What was he playing?
he's playing sax. Playing sax and keyboards. Bass riffs for Maurice, when Maurice was happening. So I picked him up.
And
Put out a record
which was the first one?
in the streets.
And all that stuff, I'll have to ask him about this as well, but the street gang stories, that's all true?
Yeah, we were not that it's so much that we bought together, but see, I was in a lot of gangs, and growing up, I grew up hardcore in the streets, and I grew up in a project on welfare with a mother and a sister, and no money. So I learned early that the only thing happening was money. Without money, you were dead. Without some money, you didn't survive, you didn't eat. You had to go to the store and get food on credit, and you had to eat fried bologna. So, you know, I hustled early. I was hustling when I was 6 and 7 years old.
What were you doing?
Hey, you name it, I was doing it. I was stealing bread off the bread trucks. Stealing money from prostitutes. Robbing people.
Did you get caught?
No.
Silence.
All right.
Where do you want to sit?
Let me get it. Thanks.
Is that okay?
Which one of these am I?
Anyone.
Okay, good. Not much more. It's for the stage page.
Patrick's thing, is that?
Yes.
Arts page.
Arts page, stage page, yeah. And how old are you?
23.
So there's a big difference in your ages then when you knew each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah.
we grew up, you know, in the same area. We were in gangs. We possibly might have fought, you know, maybe at different times. I don't know. But I don't think so.
What was your gang?
The Black Saints.
And what were yours?
Crips.
The what?
We were the crazy Crips. Crips.
CRIPS.
CRYPTS.
Oh, Crips as in...
Coffins.
Which part of Boston was this?
Roxbury, where I was. He was in South End.
South End is where I was.
Is that a particularly rough area?
Thank you.
Roxbury is well built city.
You know, in England we have an image of Boston as being a kind of very genteel sort of place.
It is. The black population is only 3%. And see, Roxbury is in the middle of the black population, and then, you know, there are neighborhoods that start filtering out and getting more mixed, and eventually all white. And I lived on one of those neighborhoods that was like kind of mixed. And so within my complex, we call it projects. Lou. Hey.
How do you know? Tell me.
Because I play it for them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they love it. They love it.
Surely it would have been easier with guitar or something.
Right, you just pick it up.
Or harmonica, surely. I mean, out on the street or something.
Kind of hard to sing and play at the same time, but we work around it.
Yeah, so when did you get your first band together?
I've had bands together. Shit. Way back. I can't even remember. Long time. 14.
Well, they always like funk bands, basically. What did you do, the old
Funk.
40s sort of thing?
It went from funk. Started off with funk. Then went to rhythm and blues.
Yeah.
Then my playing was so intense for rhythm and blues, everyone thought I was a jazz player. I didn't know shit about jazz. But as time grew, I wanted to learn about jazz, so I went from funk to R&B to jazz, back to funk.
Yeah. What was it like playing in Boston? I mean, because I've only ever been to sort of places like New York and Detroit, which are music cities. You know, you go around everywhere you walk, there's always music. I mean, is Boston a music city?
Boston is a city for music education, but not for music work, especially for black groups. Great place to get an education.
In what way? Can you explain that?
Well, Miles Davis's guitar player comes from Boston. Half of Sonny Rollins' group's from Boston. Some people in Dizzy Gillespie's group are from Boston. The Johnson crew's from Boston. Maurice Starr, the New Edition. I mean, it's starting to explode.
Yeah.
Arthur Baker, Tom Silverman.
Baker's from
Arthur
Boston.
Baker's from Boston. Tom Silverman of Tommy Boy Records is from Boston. The place is starting to explode now. At the time that I was there, there was absolutely nothing happening. We were all learning.
Yeah. I mean, so you're always looking at, you know, to places like Philadelphia,
I was always like,
Detroit.
No, I was always like, God, I've got to get to New York.
New York was always there.
New York was the place.
Tell me, what sort of image do you have of New York?
New York is the shit. New York is the fastest city in the States. And everything's happening there. Even though...
I mean, it's only, what, 2-hour train ride from Boston?
4.
4-hour train ride. When did you go up, Matt? To New York?
Well, I live in New York now.
Yeah, I know, I realise that. I'm talking about before you made the move.
Twice. So 4 times a year maybe I would come up.
Because one thing about New York is the energy there. I mean, what is the energy like?
How you doing this morning? All right. How you doing, Henry?
Fine, man.
Right.
Yeah,
This
looking
is,
forward to the tour. This is your percussion bud. You met him before? It's the man right here, man.
Errol, how you doing this morning?
Errol. Too bad. He looks like an Errol.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is like Flynn, yeah.
Okay. Where are we off to today?
Somebody told me, whispered in my ear down the street, it was Manchester.
Right.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Right. We're gonna be there. The Hacienda.
Hacienda.
Get that cabana.
We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna throw down for you.
No, he's been married 3 times. All his wives kick him out. You've got to be very careful on this tour because you're quite often on film.
Yeah, I see.
So you...
I've been on a few times.
You don't know how to work the car.
All he do is the thing is.
Thank you,
Funk. Ain't nothing but the funk.
fucking used,
Funk.
man.
Funk all the way live. Funk is all the way live.
What's up, man? What's up, Tom?
Hey, what's happening, man? Greg B.
Tony, that's Susie back there.
What's happening, Susie?
And this is Susie.
Susie, say hello. Baby.
Excuse, here we go again. I'm ready for flight takeoff.
Hey, Al.
Hey, hi, Tony.
Right.
How's everything?
Hey, Dal. What you doing this morning, man?
Good morning.
Morning. All right. How you feeling?
All right, no complaints in yourself?
Ready to throw down tonight?
Always.
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 Okay. So I want to hear.
Up early in the
Around,
morning.
Susie, let me look at you.
Let
Let me see you. Where you at? What's happening? What's happening? Where you going, girl? Come here. Who's that?
Haven't you ever really want to know what, I asked myself.
Incognito now,
I asked myself, Greg,
Where's my house?
haven't you ever really fucking wanted to know what life is really all
Took some time
about?
to get that together.
Then I said to myself, fuck it.
You know, I was
Why?
Now listen, what is everybody gonna do? Try to be intellectual now? I'm telling you.
Knowing we don't act like this every day, right?
What is this?
What's that, mate? Ruthie.
Oh,
There you go.
Thank you.
thank you very much.
All right.
Hey, Butch,
You know
sugar
that.
free.
Right.
You know that you.
I went to a couple of places last night. You guess who they had on the radio?
Everyone's supposed to shave.
Cash money.
Who's making all the cash?
Who's making all the
Fresh
cash?
child.
You ain't chump.
Well.
Right, our famous promoter.
That's right, man.
And this is Phil right here.
Ludeman.
Phil Ludeman, how are you doing?
I'm doing real fine.
All right.
Looking forward to my
This is
drive.
Butch, I drive.
Mr. Driver right here, how you doing?
Pretty good.
All right, we're getting ready to do this thing, right?
That's right, man.
Right, no accidents, no nothing, right?
Don't believe in them.
Okay. This is Dino over here.
Right on, man.
Hey, man, what's happening?
Fine.
All right, got everything we need.
Okay.
Okay. All right. This is what a
You're shooting
promoter,
him more,
this
it's
is
gonna-
what a promoter looks like.
You shoot him more, it's gonna cost you money.
All right. You're gonna start charging. How you doing this morning?
Power Funk.
I hear you. Everything gonna be all right?
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah, where you going now?
Manchester.
Yeah, what's happening up there?
Gig at the, where we playing? The Hacienda.
Hacienda.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad,
Yeah,
man.
gonna throw down awful hard up there?
You know that.
All right.
You know that.
How you like this bus out here?
Sus?
Yeah.
God, man. Oh,
Is that
man.
happening, man?
That's a big one.
Yeah. That's it.
There's 7 other coaches arriving soon. You each got your own coach.
We shot our own. All right. Nothing
Hey,
worse.
Charles, my friend Dino.
Dino's gonna be traveling with us.
What's up, PC?
Hey. Everybody in the house named TC.
How you doing,
brother?
Yeah.
Right.
Fresh Charles, my man.
What's up, boss? Alive and kicking.
All Okay, we're almost ready to get down now. Give me a little while.
Here we go again. Yeah, some in the back.
Right now? Right now.
All right. Ready for it.
No, it's throwing lane.
Thanks, Sam.
What's up, Lost?
No one's got a tape.
Straight look.
No one's got a tape player.
Not the new hairdo he's wearing now.
Oh.
Now you know. Wherever you go, always.
Things will change.
Yeah, but I can like my
Let me hear a cheer from everybody.
Yeah!
What's wrong with you all? Oh, you had a fucking funeral, shit.
10 in the morning.
Hey, come on.
Still kind of early.
Get it up.
Give me some breakfast.
Why do you have glasses on?
Breakfast, brother.
He's showing the skin.
Oh, God. Yeah, we're sporting the French logo.
Oh, man, how gross. Gross shit.
Wow. It's alive.
It's alive. What are you doing, man?
That's the GQ.
Yeah.
Oh, here we have Mr. Prophylactic.
I can't take anymore.
Look at this, man.
Mr. Prophylactic.
Oh, no.
Right.
Looking like Jerome Braley.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, get serious now.
We have to send these in.
Get serious now.
Especially with these fucking glasses on. I look like
Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. You're not going to get along too tough like that in Gulliver's. Alright, turn loose. You want to get the serious walk? Here it is. Go ahead.
Yeah. Serious walk, huh? That's the whole thing. Greg B.
That's mine. Greg B in Great Britain.
I'm the shit, nigga. I've got the backbone in this game. Me. You know about power funk?
It's all right there, right?
Show him your callus, man.
How do you spell relief? How do I spell relief? God damn it, help me, somebody. Get something. Help me, damn it. I'm dying. Look.
Them ET fingers. Got them ET fingers.
They got any soda on this thing? On this bus?
Want some water?
They got soda on here?
Fresh water?
Some spring water. Is there something in there?
Yeah.
Pick it over there, Ruth. Over there with Charles.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to finish.
It's on.
It's on, you sure, huh?
Yeah, man, it's right on.
What's up,
Yeah,
man?
this is the Prince Charles tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You look so dark.
Going on up to Hacienda.
I can't see your face.
Oh, man, you gotta do this. Pull me back.
Cool. Oh.
Pulling it back. Coming into focus. And if I'm out of focus, sorry. Tune this until it's in
We're
focus.
getting a close-up here.
Beam it up.
Boy, look at those teeth.
I'm telling. Give me my camera, man. You're fucking around with this shit.
Milky White joints.
All right. Some power funk. Yeah.
That's it. It's on the one.
All right, on the one.
Man, all the way. We're gonna have this Prince Charles doll, you know. We're gonna have this with it's gonna have the little cap on it.
Oh, yeah?
The buttons, little cap,
Mm-hmm.
and sunglasses to come off of it. Little chocolate thing.
A little chocolate.
We're gonna have a little leather jacket. You can take it off, leather pants, and sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the sunglasses and hat are gonna come off.
They have Easter in England?
Easter.
Yeah, we could sell some Prince Charles candy dolls.
A candy doll. With a little hat on it. With a little hat.
Yeah, meet them out.
Yeah.
Make some money off the kids.
Yeah. We're gonna have some hats.
Prince Charles sneakers.
Prince Charles sneakers. Prince Charles sunglasses. Right. Prince Charles jock straps.
They hold anything.
You know, Prince Charles underwear. Prince Charles jeans. You know? And we're going full scale here. We're gonna make billions of dollars. Fuck millions.
Yeah, all right.
You know? Fuck that. We're gonna have a good time in the world. We're gonna have big fun.
Get that finger again.
Big fun.
Yeah.
It's on the one.
Alright, on the one.
That's what life's about. That's all it's about. Hey man, ain't nothing to it. Make some serious bucks, right?
This thing's rolling?
Yeah, man.
You see the red light, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Is the green light still on?
Yeah.
Both green lights on?
Was that a
What
commercial,
green
Charles?
What green light? Come here, man. Give me this shit.
Man, put no commercials.
Let me take my
Yeah,
camera.
man. The green light's on, man. It's the green light, man. It's the green light.
Do a little Pepsi Cola commercial up there.
Yeah.
No, on our new
Yeah.
Prince Charles 747.
Prince Charles, you drink Pepsi Cola?
Yeah, man.
Is it on the one?
Introducing Pepsi Light.
Is that the favorite drink of Prince Charles from City B. Bell?
Yeah, favorite drink.
All
Pepsi
right.
Cola. You hear that,
Cola.
Pepsi?
Right,
Get some endorsements off me.
right. Send him the check.
We got
Mail it in.
another endorsement, Tony.
Really?
We got an endorsement.
Okay.
Thanks to you, it's working.
All right. All right.
I'm telling you.
All right. That's it. That's it. That's our keyboard player down right there.
Look alive.
Yeah.
They call me
And this our
Mojo.
singer,
Back it
female
up.
singer
Mojo.
over here. This is Ruth, the sweet Ruth. Miss Stop.
Get the
Miss
glass
Stop. Yeah. Look at Tony, man, with that cap on his head. You
Oh,
know
no,
me
look
fine?
at
Tony's a homie.
He needs to come on stage like that. He needs to come on stage
Tony's
like
not a
that.
homie. Take the E off the end and put a home.
Oh, God.
We get that mixed up for you. Right away. I know fix him up, right? I know nothing of the great Big H. Over there. Football game, but hardly like a child.
That was your first time? At the football game. Back in the locker room.
Oh, hold on. Snoop, get live.
I know I take, excuse me.
We gotta give him a good one for the press. Come here.
For the press?
Wow.
She just wanted a kiss.
That's
all it was about. That's all it was. She just wanted
Well, I
a
can
kiss.
kiss the prince.
She didn't know how else to get in there. So she said, well, maybe if I get a picture.
No, well, I could have bogarted him, you know, red hair.
Right. Dang, kick the door down and shit. You'll be doing it sooner.
Can you try and find them? Yeah. I can't get into the parking features. It might be someone who's in the studio. They can help you. Just tell them. Can help you. They can help.
Hey, Charles. PC. How you doing again?
Coming one.
Had a nice ride up to Manchester?
Yeah.
Had stepped in the bits?
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, that's right.
Woo!
piece of pen? Yeah. Put something through this. Huh? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'll give me that one. Give me that one. 1, 2. Open the lid. Okay. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2. Is it coming through?
3, 4, 4, 4.
1, 2.
I'm getting you, microphone. You're alright, you're on.
I'm not.
You are. This one's on.
I'm not getting it in here.
Well, turn your cans up.
Yes.
Just doing it again, I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, was that me?
You put your cans towards the mic, okay?
I'm down low now.
Should be okay now.
Hey, check, yeah.
Alright.
With me this afternoon, my very special guest, the gentleman with a rather famous name, Prince Charles. Can I wish you a very warm welcome, first of all?
Thanks a lot, Mike. I appreciate it.
Now, I suppose you've been asked this question about a million times, but I'm going to ask you anyway because I want to know, where did you get the name from?
Well, it's a combination of a lot of things, you know. I feel myself as a leader, and I've always been kind of in the forefront of whatever I did, be it music, or be it girls, or be it, you know, running around in the street. And I do have a degree from Brandeis University in America for political science. And one of the books that I read was The Prince by Machiavelli. And it was all about how one person leads different types of organizations and the many different ways that he leads them. Speaking mainly about the hierarchy is what that book was speaking about. But I translated it into a 1980s perspective and saw myself kind of as very princely, you know. And I was looking for a name to market myself in the music industry. I went through Sweet Charles and oh, so many names, Charming Charles and Sir Charles, and then one day Prince Charles just kind of stuck.
But do you think that's a little immodest, the story you just told then? It's not a criticism, just an observation.
No, not really. It's like the neighborhood that I come from, the positive, the super believing in yourself type of attitude didn't exist too much. And for any of us to have it, and I felt that I had it, it kind of started rubbing off on other people and helpfully influenced other kids.
Why do you have the gear, the leathers and the studs and that sort of thing? What's that all about?
I like the way it smells. I love it. It turns me on.
What's it to do with your music?
Well, we play power funk, and power funk is very masculine and very about the body, very physical. And leather is a very physical material. It has a nice smell. It's very durable. It's very flexible. You know, it has a lot of uses.
It gets a lot of girls. Anyway, I wasn't going to mention
that.
Yeah. Now let's turn to the music.
Mm-hmm.
How did you first get into the business? Because Prince Charles happened on the scene not so long ago. What were you doing before, say, the first album?
I was playing around in Boston with a whole lot of local people and playing behind some groups, and then I started leading groups, and then I went to school, and as soon as I got out of school, just like about a month after I got out of school, I started recording. And then I met my partner, Tony Rose, in Boston, and Tony and I have been together since then, and it's been a few years now. And we've distributed our own records first, and then we got a few deals with a few American companies and had some problems, and then after those things were over, we picked up on the buzz that was happening in England when we first put our records out. And that we followed through on that buzz, and we got connected with Virgin Records, and Virgin Records is the label that I'm with now. And so far, everything's been great. And this is our first tour, and it should be really fantastic.
Did you set out to sound like anybody else? Because one can't deny that your music must be very P-Funk based. P-Funk as in Clinton.
Yeah, I didn't try to set out to sound like P-Funk, but that was like my favorite music. Funk was like, it was the theater of black music. In other words, a lot of other show groups are very highly choreographed and very Las Vegas-ish. But Funkadelic is more to the street, and I like the street atmosphere of that type of thing. But I didn't try to sound like them. I tried to find out what strengths that my organization had and the types of things that I could do and put them into the music, which is, you know, my musicianship, my flute playing. And I have a new instrument called the Lyricon, which is a wind synthesizer, which you blow into like a soprano sax, but it's totally electronic. It is a synthesizer. It does bass, strings, horns, hand claps, syn drums, all kind of wild things. So I just incorporated all these things into the music, and it's just been growing and growing and growing.
What would have happened if Clinton had invited you to play with Funkadelic Parliament?
Well, I would have gone. I would have loved it, yeah. Yeah, I always wanted to play at Funkadelic. But now that something is happening for me, I see that Funkadelic maybe didn't evolve to where they could have evolved, because funk should evolve. And I believe that by being younger and being like the second or third generation of funk, that I am the natural successor, the one who can help funk to evolve to a higher level. And what we've got is called power funk.
Power funk. Now, you had the first album out, and the second album arrived in this country on cassette only, with a leaflet saying that you were unable to get your record deal. Now, that's hard to believe with some of the tracks on that album.
Believe it or not, I did have a deal from the first album. It was picked up by a subsidiary of CBS over in America, and they sat on it for about 16 months. And we finally got released from that contract, and we had been putting a few singles out on other names, you know, in the meantime. And when I finally got released from CBS, we met up with Neil Cooper over at Reach Out International Records, and he wanted the Gang War tracks for distribution in America, but we had some hassles with that. So he picked up some of our new material and released the Stone Killers compilation on his cassette-only format. And he got that around to everyone, and then the people over in England realized that I was still alive, and the interest for Gang War resurfaced, and Gang War got bought by Greyhound Records. And then Virgin Records got interested in me, and they tried to get Gang War, and Gang War was gone. So they picked up the Stone Killers cassette, and now they're distributing the wax, Stone Killers wax, and the Stone Killers cassette over here in England, plus a 7-inch and a 12-inch on Cash Money and Jungle Stomp.
Why do you think Prince Charles has managed to do what he's done over here? I'll give you an example. I mean, I've got some press cuttings in front of me. Press cuttings that some of the big bands don't get, right? And you have managed to get it. And it has to be said that in this country, for the last couple of years, Prince Charles didn't exist.
I think that my commitment to what I'm doing and my belief that what I'm doing is so different and so unique, almost as different and as unique as what Jimi Hendrix did in his time, that it's unstoppable. I might be the closest thing to something like Hendrix that's come along in, 20 years, 15 years, whatever it is.
You've got no problems with self-confidence, have you?
No.
That's a nice way of saying something.
Hey, a friend of mine at home is a Jimi Hendrix fan, and we argue for hours about Hendrix. I tell him, well, you know, Hendrix is just a musician, and, you know, he worked hard at doing what he did, and that's what I am. I'm a musician, and I work hard at doing what I do.
How's the music scene in America? Where do you think you fit into it at the moment?
I think I'm ahead of the scene, and I think America will finally catch up. Maybe within the next year, America will, you know, finally catch up to Prince Charles and say, "Oh yeah, our boy, good old Mr. America," you know. But I'm gonna have to pay a great debt to my British public, because their concern and their intensity has really helped to generate a lot of what's going on right now.
Now, by the time this interview goes out, the show will have been on. But tell me, what sort of things can we expect from the show?
It's really hard to describe. I've tried to put it into words, and I just haven't been successful. It's one of those things that I can say it's truly unique. It's very different, and this is a time when so many artists are really searching for that one thing, that special thing that will make them unique and stand out. I have something that I'm working with that is unique. I don't have to manufacture it and say to you, hey, look, this is different, isn't it? Yeah, right? No, this is really something different. You've got to see it to believe it.
And the future, how does that look for Prince Charles at the moment?
At the moment, it looks very good. I don't even know when I'm going home. they've got an itinerary that just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. Right now, I think I'm here until the middle of June, so.
I mean, how do you feel that you seem to be happening over here when you're not as big in the States, which is your home country?
Well, I feel like the interest it's generating here is a very important interest, and will have to be dealt with, and America can't turn its back on what's happening over here with myself and with my music for very long. It's inevitable, and it's probably only a few months away, because everyone in America knows who I am. All the the in people, the corporate people, they all know what's up. But they've been trying to stop the music. They've been trying to stop Clinton. They've been trying to stop funk because they don't like the masculine black image in America because of the racism. They want the wishy-washy, put on a tie, and a suit and look like you're fitting in type of situation.
But I mean, how does Clinton change that? Clinton, I spoke to him, and he said simply that a lot of the companies that he argues with will still sign him up because they want his money. They want the money he's going to make.
Yeah, well, that's the bottom line, is cash money. and he knows that, and I know that. In our positions, what we have to do is figure out what is most beneficial for us as human beings and as artists. Because lots of companies are ready to give up money, but how much money and what type of benefits are they willing, to give to the artists? I mean, are they really trying to get the music across to the people, or they just want to have the satisfaction of knowing that they've got you?
If you could change something in the American music scene at the moment, what would it be?
No, it's cool the way it is, because the way it is, they've got a big wide gap open just waiting for me to just charge right through. So leave it alone so I can come over and take over.
Well, can I wish you all the best for
Definitely,
the future?
Mike.
Wish you all the best with the show tonight.
I appreciate it.
And say a very big thank you for coming in and spending some time with us. And I hope that soon you take off in America as you definitely have done over here.
Appreciate it. Manchester's #1. Keep on funking. It's all about the power. Power funk. All right.
Thank you. Can we do a couple of drop-ins, please?
All right.
It's Prince Charles, yes?
Right. Power funk royalty.
Tell you what, I've never spoken to royalty before. This is a new departure for me.
Oh yeah.
Do I have to call you sir?
No, you can call me PC.
Where did the prince come from?
Well, I was when I got out of school, I was knew that I was going to be recording records, and I wanted something with a little bit of flash and that would stick to people's minds. And I looked in the National Enquirer, and Prince Charles was in there every day.
Does he know about you?
I'm sure he does by now. I would hope that he does. I'm not really sure, but I've been getting a lot of press, so maybe he's stumbled upon it.
Your band comes from New York, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've been in New York. How long have you been there?
About a year and a half now.
What brought you to New York from Boston, or from where? You were in Boston, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in Boston, Massachusetts. Grew up there. Spent a lot of my time there. Got into trouble. Got out of trouble. And then I started doing music, and things went pretty well for me in Boston. It got to the point where I had done radio, had done television, had done the clubs. Got so big for that small city that I had to get out of there. And the only natural place to go was New York City.
Now, you look quite extraordinary.
Oh, really?
You do. You look different. I mean, people's ideas of what a pop star look like, and you don't look like that. What do you look like? Can you describe what you're wearing for us now?
I have a black leather jacket on with the collar up, black leather pants. I have some red snakeskin boots on, some studs on my hands and my knuckles and on my wrists.
Where did you get all this stuff?
On 42nd Street in New York.
How long have you been into leather? Do people look at you odd?
No, actually. Periodically. Anyone who has a great deal of style, will get odd looks, even if it's like a queen.
And those badges you've got, tell us about the badges that you're wearing. What do they say?
Is that cool to say on the air here?
Well, give me a few of them and tell me what they are.
X-rated. I think one says, "Follow me if you want uncomplicated love." I think the rest are kind of a little bit too far.
They are a bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
How many badges have you got at home?
I've got about a collection of maybe 60 right now. I'm building it up slowly but surely.
Been collecting a long time?
Yeah. Collect badges, T-shirts, stickers. Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah.
Have you got any badges and stickers from Britain yet?
Yeah, I just got some from Piccadilly Radio, 261. Yeah.
Good. So you after any more?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there'll be some people who are listening now who've got some unusual badges they'd like to pass on to you.
Oh, definitely.
Well, in that case, you'll have to do a swap. You realise that, don't you?
Hey, ain't no problem. They can have some good stuff.
What's this Cash Money about? That's the song. That's the hit single at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about day-to-day existence and cash money. You gotta have it if you want to hang and survive and deal with what's happening. See, I don't know how the system is over here, unemployment or anything like that, but over in America, it's about some cash money. It ain't about anything else.
That's life, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
What do you think of the pop groups over here?
A lot of them are doing really well in the States. Some of them sound funky. I like some of them.
Like who? Who do you like?
Yazoo was pretty funky for a while. Now they call it Yaz in the States. They have some nice funky stuff. ABC sounded pretty interesting. There's some others that I can't mention. There's so many. There have been a lot of.
You heard Flock of Seagulls, I think.
Yeah.
What about Duran?
Yeah, they're good too. I've seen all their videos. Interesting group.
You've not been here for very long, have you?
No.
When
just,
did you arrive?
I arrived Monday. What's today? I don't know what today is.
It's Friday.
Oh, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday the 13th.
That's
oh my
right.
God.
Are you superstitious?
No, let's make a movie. Part 2 in 3D.
What about other groups like Kajagoogoo or Culture Club?
Kajagoogoo is new to me. Culture Club, I'm on the same label, Virgin Records, so I'm very aware. Boy George did well. The Culture Club group did well in the States.
Now, why is it such a short tour? Because you're only doing 3 dates here, aren't you?
No, it's been expanded. I have 5 now. 5 here, and now Amsterdam's been added. It was a short tour to begin with because the British promoters hadn't seen my live act. So I think everyone was waiting for me to get over to the shore and see what it looked like, see what kind of ticket sales I could generate.
What do you do? What do you do on the stage?
I play a wind synthesizer called the Lyricon, and it's a fantastic instrument. You've never seen anything like it in your life. I can't even explain it. You have to come and see it.
Well, that's tonight.
Yeah.
Listen, before you go, would you give us something?
Give you something like what?
Well, give us something to give away.
Oh, sure. I've got, what do I have, some albums here?
No. What have you got? A personal item that you could give us?
Personal item?
Hey, what about that knuckle ring?
No, I can't give this stuff away. This is my personal torture chamber here.
What have you got that you could give us?
What I have that I could give you? Actually, I don't have anything at the moment.
Have you got any Prince Charles badges?
No, we just started talking today to a merchandiser. We're gonna have T-shirts, badges, and we're even gonna start working on little dolls soon.
Little dolls?
Yeah, little Prince Charles dolls with sunglasses and the hat with the badges on it, and he's gonna be dressed in leather. He's gonna have a little removable plastic Lyricon.
What about an unusual badge you could give us?
I don't want. You want one of? I need a badge if I give one up. Will the people send in badges if I give one away?
Well, that's the idea, that we'll do a swap.
Okay.
What have you got? What about one of those on your hat?
I have one that says I'm a sexaholic.
You're a sexaholic?
Yeah.
Well, why don't we do a swap on that?
Let me see, what else do I have? When in doubt, pull it out. Two's company, three's an orgy? I'll give you the sexaholic badge.
Yeah, I'm a sexaholic. Okay, now let's do this on a competition. We'll do a phoning competition on this now. We'll give it away. What's the question going to be, Prince?
The question should be, what is Prince Charles, the king of Power Funk's real name?
All right, if you know the answer, give us a ring now. 061-228-6262. Good luck on the concert tonight. I hope it goes well.
Definitely, appreciate it.
And you're on stage very shortly, aren't you?
Yeah, and send those badges in. I want some. I want to cover my head and hat and body with badges.
That's good, that's great. Listen, before we go, I just realised what we didn't get in was that bit about vowel speak and about languages. Can we just put in a bit about that?
Okay.
Okay.
And mention the show tonight. The time of the show.
Yeah, well, this is going out, but it really within about half an hour of them actually going on stage.
That's cool.
So that's all right. So we don't need to put that in. There's a lot of talk over here about vowel speak and the kind of language that they come out with on the west coast of America, like barf out and gag me with a spoon and karodi.
Oh, they call that Valley Girl talk.
Are you into that?
Nah.
Well, what do they say in New York then? What's the language in the Prince Charles land, hey?
Oh, well, we have like a street thing. It's like, what's up, man? You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nothing but a thing, you know what I'm saying?
What does that mean?
That means, you know, what's up? What's the deal? You know what I'm saying?
Give me some more, give me some more. This is good, come on, give me some more, I love it.
Ain't nothing but a thing, man. You know, you just throw it down, and if it comes around, you know, it might happen. If it don't, ain't no big thing.
Wow, do people understand what you're saying when you say that?
Yeah, man. Two people can walk down the street and carry on a conversation like that. You know, be on the train, you gotta sniff the nose and everything. It's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Give me some more.
Give you some more.
Give me a typical conversation that you might find on the subways of New York. Prince Charles in conversation with somebody who he'd never met before. What would you say?
Say, yeah, man. What's up? Yeah, ain't nothing but a thing. Just working hard. You know, trying to make it. Ain't about nothing. You know, just throw it down. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, hey, what you gonna do anyway? Ain't no big thing.
Wow. Do you understand the language that you get over here?
Yeah. Well, I come from Boston. In Boston, they speak proper anyway, and so I can understand very well what's happening in England.
What's happening?
Especially when they start talking about some money.
Do people still say man in America?
Yeah. They say man.
In what kind of context? How would they say? You know, how would that come in?
Well, the musicians' language, they've always said man. So
what do they say? What do musicians
like,
say?
look, man, you know, it goes like this. So yeah, hey, man, you know, check that out. You know, that's still happening.
What's the newest word? What's the newest descriptive word that you've got?
Power funk.
Power funk.
Yeah, that's what we are. We're power funk. We're totally new, totally unique. We are to funk what power rock and heavy metal is to rock. You know, we're power funk. We're the natural evolution of funk. We're the next phase. Makes sense, huh? Yeah.
No. Not one word of it. That's great. That's good.
Okay.
That's fine. Now, there was one other thing was on your clothes, but the clothes you wear. Is this a special image that you're actually trying to recreate?
No, it's just something I wear. It's just I love the way leather smells and the way it wears, and just, you know, it's very sensual and sexual.
Do people think you're a bit strange?
No.
Do they think you're odd wearing leather?
No, everyone wears leather, don't they?
No.
You don't wear leather?
No. I don't.
Oh man, we gotta hook you up, man. We get you in a leather suit. Come on.
Is image important?
Oh, definitely. Miles Davis had image, and he's a jazz musician.
What about your style, then? What is your style, Prince?
My style is about confidence and self-reliancy, and that is exhibited through myself and my partner's record label, Solid Platinum Records, and that's Tony Rose, my partner. And without Solid Platinum Records, there would be no Prince Charles, because we did it on our own.
So suppose somebody wanted to be a power funk man.
Yes.
Hey.
Go buy some leather.
All right, so you go buy some leather. What would you say to somebody listening now who says, I want to be like Prince Charles?
I said, be strong and be yourself. You know, it's all about the inner energy. Being able to channel any type of energy, be it positive or negative, towards constructive gain.
I don't understand a word of that. It sounds like a load of garbage.
It's heavy duty, man. It's heavy duty stuff we're talking here.
Hey, man, get down.
Right? Get down. All right, throw down.
What does get down mean?
Get down means get down on it, you know what I'm saying? Talking about the one-hand push-ups, you know, throw down, yeah.
That is fun. That is really what I'm going to use. Now, would you do me a drop-in?
Okay, what do you want me to say?
All right, now I'll give just Timmy on the tranny. That's me.
What's your name?
Timmy on the tranny.
Timmy on the channy?
On the tranny. A tranny is slang for a transistor radio.
Oh, Timmy on the tranny. Okay.
Timmy on the tranny. Yeah. Now, yeah is my catchphrase.
How do you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
So if you do something
so
like.
you go Timmy on the tranny. Yeah.
You got it. You got it. That's right. Okay. You do me the lips. Yeah.
This is Prince Charles saying, check out Timmy on the tranny. Yeah. Power funk on the one. Hey, hey.
That's great. Now, what about that list of, you know, those list of words and phrases that you just had just now?
What?
You know, check it out. What was the other thing you said? Check it out, get down.
Check it out, throw down, get down, whatever, yeah.
Get down. This is Charles with Timmy on the tranny, you know. Life begins on this show. Okay? Give me a laugh.
Okay. Hey. Hi, this is Prince Charles telling you to get down with Timmy on the tranny. Yeah! Whoops.
Try it again. Try it again.
Hi, this is Prince Charles telling you to get down with Timmy on the tranny. Yeah! All right, are we gonna throw down, Timmy? Yeah. Timmy's talking about the power funk on the one. Do it, baby.
I like that. That's really good. That's great. That's super stuff. Thank you very much indeed.
All right, Timmy.
That's
Appreciate it.
that's good. To get some nice bits out of that. Well, I hope it goes well tonight.
Appreciate it.
I'll give that away, and Les, I'm going to if we get any badges, I'll pass them on to Les. You can send them all to you. I like that. That's really good.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, send the badges if I'm not around. Send the badges to Virgin and in care of Prince Charles.
Sorry.
What is my t-shirt? New York.
New York.
Capital of the world.
No.
Yeah, no.
Struck out there.
All right, Larry.
Hey.
Tell the camera who you are. Charles.
Yeah.
What are you doing now, man?
Sign some autographs.
Yeah, those some fans of yours?
Can I get a kiss? Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they coming to the show tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop. Coming to
Yeah?
the hacienda right now.
Why not?
She's coming. She's
You
coming.
coming? Yeah.
Let's go in here and do this interview.
Okay, who we seeing?
They're great. They're great.
Right.
Really
Hey, tell your friends about the group at the
right.
hacienda, all right?
This is Chris Booker.
You know, I'm frightened to look around. Every time you look around, there's a video. It's just
Yeah. How you all doing tonight? This is Mick Clarkey at the Virgin Records.
Nice to meet you.
Man.
I say hi to New York.
All right.
The Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers.
Oh, looking good too. Looking good. This
Can't
is
see a
Ron,
thing,
Ronnie.
looking good.
And behind him there, who's that?
Harry, possibly one of the greatest photographers ever to walk the earth. Possibly.
Right. Possibly. Thank you very much. All right, you're on the one, man. And we got over here, who we have here? Who's this?
I don't even know who I am.
I believe it.
But I'm here.
And it's the first night of the tour.
That's right.
You get problems.
Malou Halassa, our friend, a good friend from Black Music and Jazz. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you again.
You look as beautiful as ever.
Oh, Tony, you said just the right thing to warm the cockles of my heart.
All right.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
how's New York doing?
New York is doing fine. Doing fine there. Throwing down as usual.
Yeah,
You know,
is it getting really hot? And
It's hot and heavy.
Everybody's coming out?
The sweat is on. The heat is on.
Move that camera away.
See you later, Malou.
Yeah.
Oh, look what Malou is doing over here.
Oh, don't you do that.
Thomas, hey fellas, come here for a minute so I can get you all on video. This is Thomas Henry, Knucklehead. This is Mr. Cool. What's happening? This is Mercury Mars, alias Mars Mercury. All right. Right. Right, just there.
Putting the plow switchblade.
So I should say, okay, now just do what you was doing, man.
What was he doing? I was walking around. Yeah, right in front of that.
Take that energy.
We go for the 11:30, which is like 37 minutes.
Use every blow that comes at you as a counter. You ever take a kung fu? They swing a blow at you, you're supposed to use their offensive move, you know, as your offensive move. So the best defense, as they say, is a strong offense. You gotta be prepared to fight them on their own terms, which is very hard to get those types of weapons. But there's will, there's a way.
You're filming myself. It's real funky.
Right.
Can you say you enjoy what you do? Oh, look, this is the best thing to film. Yeah. Here's the best thing right here. Mr. Robin Hood, what's happening?
Tonight is what's happening. Tonight.
Why do they call you Robin Hood, man?
Because I'm funky, too funky.
Yeah, is that it? Is that all? You don't steal nothing?
I steal hearts.
Yeah.
This is my funk. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See? at you.
You know what the funk's all about.
What the funk's time? It's that eye. Look at that eye.
Yeah.
What's your advice then?
Is that all? Where's Greg B at, man? Why is he so quiet? What's happening, Greg B? You tired, man? Yeah? Women make you tired.
Nah, women don't make me tired, man.
Yes, they do, man. I can look at you and tell they make you tired.
Confusion makes me tired.
Yeah?
Face much of confusion. That's why they call me Greg B.
Right?
You dig? I honestly am. I was the type of guy that I'm actually bullshitting. I'm not bullshitting.
Yes? I hear you.
Confusion really fucks me up.
I hear you. You confused?
No, I'm just a lot of massive confusion, like back at the hotel. Cats
Yeah.
running around, you know, cheeky motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Oh,
Cool.
man.
I still smile, check it out.
Oh, yeah? Well, cool out, man. Chill out.
I'm chill. I got my spins and shit.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Go sit down now.
I'm always loose, man.
I hear you.
So hang with me.
All right, I'm one.
Hey.
Hi, Charles.
It's Peter Brightman. Who's doing the tour with Henry.
Okay.
Tony? Tony Rose, Peter
How
Brightman.
you doing?
You all right?
How are you?
Nice meeting you. Okay.
This is the guys over there. It's Peter. Hi, Peter Brightman.
Peter. Good to see you.
How are you, Pete?
The numbers that you
God. You know your Friday coming in and like, you're zapped.
All right. Too much.
I'm beginning to quite like it now.
Yeah. I walk around with...
Ruthie? What's happening?
What's that?
Miss Star, come here.
What on?
Yeah, how sweet just are you?
All right.
Yeah?
You?
I'm all right.
That's good.
You gonna blow me away tonight?
Tear 'em up.
You gonna tear him up? Hey, Dino, what's happening? Huh?
Prince Charles on the City Beef Band. Power Funk, brought to you by MGM, distributed by United Arts. Solid plan. Solid plan.
Solid
Prince Charles, the movie in 3D.
Don't forget your special Where's the ball price?
Where's it? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm going to just watch Hey, PC. Right.
Pass for me, I want to make some picture of child.
You don't have a pass?
No.
Get a pass from Phil.
Who's Phil?
He's on the bus right now.
All right.
Where am I going? Right over here, Charles.
Okay. They'll give you a pass. No, you didn't. Yeah. Yeah, okay, just follow me. You let two in on the passport.
Yeah, well, mate.
Yeah, let two in on the pass, okay.
These are passes for people that will be coming. Should I leave them with you?
Yeah, all right, mate. Just say hi,
Their names are on it, yeah.
All right. Hey, Mikey. Righty-o, mate.
Okay. Got a passport, I'll bring it back.
Right. Hey!
Shit.
Somebody all right there?
Yeah, Thomas on.
Hello.
Hi, Miranda.
What is that?
Video camera.
I think we should clear out backstage. I think we should go out. Yeah?
We got about 30 minutes.
Go up here. And just to follow the stairs around.
What they do,
Okay? How's your experience?
Where's Greg at? You say what he be around? You see it?
And tell me he's taking it, right?
Tony's away, good luck.
Everything in Boston.
Hey, mate.
He's done radio, had done television, had done live.
How you doing, man?
I'm going live.
We got a big position. Look, I'm going to sleep with him. Great to meet yourselves. All right. I'm one, man.
It's glad. Once a day.
All right.
All right.
You missed it.
Where's your beer?
You missed it. Tom, Tony, did you hear that? Dress was up. The dress was looks like it came down with the dress was up. Go on. Yeah. Whoa.
Gotta be behind the camera all the time. Can't have no fun.
Getting in the pictures now.
Okay. You see the cut?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to say hi to your lawn?
I press it.
Okay.
I press.
Yeah, it's in school. How you doing?
Not it.
Press.
And then press.
Yes, it's on.
Not it.
It's on.
Yeah.
Okay?
Ready?
Yeah, it's on. See you later. I miss you, Yvonne. And I'll see you soon, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, so you have a good time. And I'll be home in about 2 weeks. So take care and be cool. Don't be no fool. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me see. All right, this right here is my Coke man. I hear you. Okay, you can get in the car. Okay.
There's some nice places to view in London.
Yeah.
In fact.
Oh yeah, we've been enjoying ourselves here.
I said, yeah, take time out from the gig and go and see some nice places, nice people. Crazy chicks. Chicks out there crazy.
We've been seeing them all the crazy chicks, man. And we're going to be at the Palace tonight doing a PA. And at the TV station tonight, we're on the Switch.
Yeah, that's right.
And tomorrow night, we're going to be at the venue again for our second date. Just sold out already.
Yeah.
Ain't that happening?
Oh, yeah, tickets. I definitely want to get there anyway.
Oh, it was sold out the whole thing.
So there's a whole heap of people talking.
Yeah.
Everyone I talked said, oh yeah, I've heard of them. They were in the papers, weren't they?
Oh yeah, we've been in every major paper here, interviewed by everybody. Cutting more records. We got a new record coming out on Virgin.
I want the old album as well.
You got the album?
Yeah, I want to get the old album.
Oh, Game War, you don't have that, do you?
No.
Really? Oh, that's doing very well,
I want the album now.
Yeah, we're in the top 75.
Yeah. Once you're there, you're making a mark, you know?
Right. Right. Oh yeah, Prince Charles is well on his way now.
Getting through.
Yeah. We had dinner last night with Susie Howard from the Standard at Adlib.
Oh, that's Susie Howard.
Yeah, she treated us real. Now, we had a lot of fun. She brought one of her girlfriends along, Sally.
Yeah?
Wow.
Punk Salad Alley.
Yeah, Sally and Sue. Oh, Susie Q. Yeah, it was all right, huh?
Yeah. Just like a champ.
Shifted gears on the one.
I can feel it all the way down on the second floor.
Cause you mean?
The bed creaking.
You're right. You're right. I was surprised, man.
Yeah, that was wild.
How long did it take her? Half an hour?
Yeah, about a half hour later. 45 minutes later, she was there, boy.
Oh, shit.
It was wild, man. I knew that shit was gonna happen. It was weird. Yeah.
Well, hey, she got her dinner money's worth.
That's what I was thinking when we were having dinner. I said,
Right.
yeah, I'll give you some. You know, you brought me dinner. Spend some big bucks. Hey, I'll throw it out.
Right.
Let's skip the movie and go straight.
Let me walk out here so I can get everybody.
Yeah, he's got to sell himself though.